Episode 11?
Episode 11, dog.
Woo!
We getting there.
All right.
7-11. You episode 7? Yeah. Let's get to this money. Let's get to it. I got something to say.
You got something to say?
I got something to say.
Let me do the intro real quick. Welcome back, Children of the Trenches family. I am your host, Javion Cardinal.
Anthony Finesse Hess.
And we have a special guest today. Introduce yourself, man.
Yeah, my name is Trell Williams.
Trell Williams. He modest. All right? He modest. So we're going to be having the hype. We're going to have to hype him up for y'all. So Morehouse, right? Columbia, right? Is Columbia?
Yeah.
Morehouse degree, Columbia, got his master's. A music marketing company. How old was you when you started your music marketing company?
I was about like 19.
19, music marketing company. He worked at Bloominghouse. Now, some of these stuff I don't even know what the hell they is. So
man,
I might mess up the words, but it's Bloomberg, which was a network, right?
Yeah, it's like a big news media company.
Big news media company. Real estate. You was in real estate.
Yep.
What else you told me, man? Right now, your newest venture is Jet Flip Ventures, right?
Yes,
and we want to get into all that. But I want to just start about like your story, your history, you know, where you came from and what it took to get to this position that you is. So what city you from?
Originally, I'm from South Central LA.
Okay.
I grew up on, near Watts. My grandma raised me. Really couldn't go outside that much. I had to stay inside the house because there was a lot of gang violence. But I just, read a lot. So yeah, that's what got me to this point today.
Just the reading.
Just reading and kind of meditating and just praying.
Meditating. You never really hear about a lot of people meditating and stuff. So as far as the entrepreneurial mindset, you would say you always kind of had that mindset?
Yeah, actually I did, because when I was around like 14, I used to sell like sidekicks, when everybody was on like AOL and I used to like sell sidekicks. So I used to, every month I'd probably sell like 10 sidekicks.
Damn.
You know what I mean? So I was hustling back then. Then I used to also sell Carl's Jr.'s like coupon books. So like, it was I was just a hustler.
Just get into it by any means.
Yep.
Now, as far as the schooling, right?
Yep.
You said you went to Morehouse and you went to Columbia. What made you, first of all, like with that entrepreneurial mindset, what made you even want to go to college?
Really, it was just I was getting a big push from like my high school counselor. And they took me on a college tour, a black college tour, and I was like, it really opened my eyes up to what was, available. And so I just went for it, and then I saw Morehouse, and I saw like a bunch of, young black educated brothers, walking around in suits and stuff, and it just really inspired me. It felt like I needed to be there.
Hell yeah.
I had never been to Atlanta. I didn't have any family over there whatsoever, but I just took a leap of faith. Yeah.
And it paid off.
What was your major?
I studied business administration with a concentration in marketing and a minor in sales.
Okay.
Yeah.
And at Morehouse, that's when the music marketing business, that's where it came about. So go ahead.
Yeah, so basically Atlanta's real big with the hip hop scene, and there was a lot of independent artists out there, and they really didn't have a way to, become signed to a record label. So I was like, you can just still stay independent and just use me as a marketing arm, and pretty much you pay me, and I'll help you with your social media. I did video shoots for artists, so I had like a video shoot team. I had a photography team. I had a marketing team under me. Or under the company. We also had graphic designers and stuff like that. So I was just doing that. I mean, it was a way to not only, make some money, but also help, artists really take their career to the next level. Just give them a jump start.
Now, what do you think it is about you that pretty much, because, I mean, a lot of people, I feel like everybody has had once at least like $1 million idea, you know? What do you think, what quality do you think you have that makes you have an idea and jump for it? Like, was you thinking about that for a while, or did you think about it and you hopped on it?
Really, I don't like to think too much. I just like to try it out. Yeah. Like, I feel like the faster you try it out, the more sooner you know if it's gonna work or not. Plus, when you like really young, you like not even 20 yet, or like entering your early 20s, you really should just go for it, because typically people start to become, depressed when they're around 30 because they never went for their goals.
Yeah.
So I just like to, just be aggressive. Like, and I look at every day like how regular people look at every month. So like I'm really good with time management. So I can like get a lot done in one day, which would take one person to get it done in a month. Yeah.
And speaking of that, it's crazy that you went into that because a lot of you guys know Alexander Lowe from episode 7. He told me that you created an app in one night.
Yeah.
To me, that's not normal.
Yeah, I get that.
What was that app like? Was it related to your business or?
Yeah, so pretty much also when I was 19, I had this company called Alum Buddy. Alum Buddy was a social network that connected students and alumni. So I launched it at Morehouse, but basically I was doing community service at this this homeless shelter, and I met this guy. He was like an older, like white guy. He was like 50, but he was homeless, but he knew how to code, right? I wasn't really the coder, but pretty much he built this social network for me. And I launched it at the new student orientation at Morehouse in front of like 300 like freshmen. And pretty much we got so many signups, the server like went down. You know what I'm saying? Like it was too much traffic. So after that, we got a little small investment from the Joseph E. Laurie Institute. But I really didn't, keep that going. I could have, but other things were in my mind at the moment. So
I mean, right, that's boss talk, you feel me? So I'm pretty sure you got 10, 20 other things that you could do. I mean, that's just one thing, you feel me? So that's nothing. But yeah, man. So after the social media marketing company, after the Alum Buddy, what was next on your plate? Did you immediately go to Columbia? Because that was your Morehouse stay, right?
Yeah, that was Morehouse, yeah.
Did you immediately go to Columbia after you took some time off?
No, I didn't take any time off. Actually, so I graduated Morehouse at 21, and then at 22, I was at Columbia, and it was a 1-year master's program. It was crazy how I even got in. It was like a golden ticket opportunity, like the Willy Wonka golden ticket. Like they sent me an email like, "Hey, you have been nominated to apply to this fellowship, HBCU fellowship, to go to Columbia for a 1-year master's degree. We're gonna pay for everything." So I was like, New York City? I was like, yeah, I gotta go there.
Yeah.
So I went there. It was really like a extra year of school. But I was like, if I don't go back now, then I'm never going back to school. So I just went ahead and went back. So when I got to Columbia, I was, on that boss talk already. I was kind of telling like my peers, like, hey, look, I don't believe in, everybody, going to school just to get a job. I feel like if you're gonna go to school, you should educate yourself so that you can like build a business. People really wasn't trying to hear that. So I mean, I was kind of like, I had to stop talking like that just to, I had to like just do my own thing. So I created another company. It was called Crusader. Crusader with a K, Krewsader. And that company was pretty much, it was a revamped version of Superb Music Marketing, which I had in Atlanta. And pretty much we did digital analytics, and I had a team of like 12 people like working with my like at Crusader, and it was just a bunch of like college students. You know what I mean? Like they were like they studied data analytics and they did coding with artificial intelligence and stuff like that. And so I ran that company for about a year. We ran out of cash because it was really like we did a lot of development and we wasn't really making too many sales because it was really just like heavy on R&D. Yeah. But pretty much I eventually, moved out of that phase too.
And I think what's great about all these companies is you're learning as you go. You feel me? You're learning on a job pretty much. So you started that at Columbia. What else did you have going at Columbia? Was that your...
At Columbia, really it was just a bunch of like being young, you know what I mean? I just had a lot of time to go to, party in New York City, stuff like that. So I was going crazy. Like I really was just going crazy.
Now let me ask you this, about the networks that you met while you were in college. Did those play a big part in your current success, or like the people that you met?
I would say partially. A lot of the people that I know today are from, school. So I have a lot of like people around the country. Like, so if I pop up in New York, I obviously got people there. Or if I pop up in like Atlanta, or Texas, because I just moved from Texas, or like here back being home in Cali. You know what I'm saying? I got, my folks here, y'all. So like, I mean, anywhere I go in the country, like, yeah, pretty much from school, I was able to build a network. So yeah.
Hell yeah. So after you left Columbia, right? Is that when you started? You went right to Bloomberg, or did you get into?
So funny story. I went to Bloomberg the summer after graduating from Morehouse.
Yeah.
Bloomberg was in New York City already. Columbia was in New York City. So I worked at Bloomberg all the way until I started school at Columbia.
And what is Bloomberg exactly?
Yeah, so Bloomberg really, so pretty much to break it down, everybody who works at a hedge fund or a private equity company or like trade stocks or whatever, like they use what's called a Bloomberg terminal. It's a specialized computer for like stock traders or like people who manage portfolios. So like the keyboards and everything like that, it looks way different than like a regular like computer.
Yeah.
So like the information that's in there is like advanced information that your regular people are not going to be able to get a hold of. So and then also Bloomberg is also a media company, so they get on TV. They got like 78 countries that they operate in, and like they just all they do is report like financial information or like they talk about the economy. They don't really focus too much on politics. It's more about business.
Yeah. Now that Bloomberg terminal, it's impossible for normal people to get a hold of it, or it's just you got to know about it type of thing.
Really?
How we getting to that? That's what that's the question.
Yeah. So really, like in order to get a terminal, it costs about $30,000.
That's why. That's why we
it's
ain't
about
heard
it's
about
about
that.
$30,000.
That's the reason why we ain't heard about that one.
Yeah, that sums that up. Does it answer your question?
Next. I tried to plug y'all attention to the trenches, man, but we gonna have to wait on the Bloomberg. We probably gonna have to start like a hedge fund for the Bloomberg terminal, and we gonna put our money together, and we go, nah. But so you were there. You wasn't really feeling the corporate life. What was that about?
Yeah. So pretty much, I went there to learn about like the financial markets and to really just to be in the environment. I mean, the office was sick. Like we had food pantries everywhere. Like I'm talking about like a floor just full of food, like every day. Like even if you want to take a break,
it would be a wrap.
Yeah, I'm talking about like
Never making weight.
Where's Jamie out? They on the food floor.
I used to take food home. You know what?
Good.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they used to provide lunch for us and everything.
Damn.
Like basically, who Bloomberg is, it's named after Michael Bloomberg, who's like he's a billionaire. He's probably like the number 9 richest person in the country or the world. He was a mayor of New York City at a time, but yeah, he created Bloomberg. So yeah, so it pretty much, and that's why Bloomberg is like. That's why it's so much money to you buy a terminal. So yeah.
So you felt like you got the information. You felt like you learned everything you wanted to learn, and then you was like, "It's my time to."
Yeah, because I'm more of like I'm not really like a corporate person. Like if I'm gonna be a corporate person, I'm gonna build my own corporation. Which is why I started Jet Flint Ventures like last year. Yeah.
So I mean, as y'all can see, he was doing a lot of stuff at young age, 19, 20, 21. But now let's really get into the meat of potatoes, which is your current venture. Your current venture, Jet Flip Ventures.
Yeah.
So what exactly is that? What exactly are you doing?
Yeah, so Jet Flip is really, I kind of came up with that name from just kind of like pondering, thinking around. It was like, I'm really always been into flipping stuff. And so I just kind of put the jet in front of it because when you think of a jet, it's like pretty much fast.
Hell yeah.
So I was like fast flipping. So I just called it Jet Flip. And then ventures is like, it comes from like private equity or venture capital firms or like hedge funds. And so I put it together, Jet Flip Ventures. So I want in my like the next part of my life, I'm 25 now, but the next part of my life is all about just owning businesses or owning assets. I don't really believe in trading, time for money. I believe in buying assets. Like it's kind of like playing Monopoly. Y'all into like Monopoly? Y'all ever play Monopoly?
Of course.
Yeah, so I started playing. Oh, you got it tatted on you?
Yeah.
He's ratchet. He's a ratchet nigga.
Oh, that's hard.
He got the Monopoly man tatted.
You just say a ratchet for that?
I guess I'm uncultured.
Oh, that's hard.
Oh.
Oh, you. You never know who you're talking to. That's crazy.
Yeah. So y'all ever want to get that game in Monopoly?
You nice.
Holla at your boy.
Houses to hotels.
I'm not gonna lie, I used to play Monopoly in undergrad for $100 a game.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, we would. It would just be 1-on-1. Me and my homeboy. Yeah, we would just play like every 30 minutes. Like we'll start a new game. Like it only took us 30 minutes to get through one game. So we played for 100. Probably spent like 2 hours a day, and then like just playing Monopoly. I didn't lose though.
Well, we play. I'm gonna play you first before we put money on the line. See how good.
For sure.
My last 100, nigga. Nah. But so dig more into that. You're more into the flipping side now. You're doing pretty much like you said, private assets, equity. So what exactly are you flipping?
So at this moment, I flip anything. So right now I flip AirPods. So I got like I can get, you know what I'm saying, bulk items. I do a lot of wholesale stuff.
Okay.
And then I also like flip cars. So like that's like my main thing. But on the side, like, cause I believe in cash flow, like just having like money moving. Yeah. It's not about having money sitting. Exactly. So like if you have money moving, then like it don't matter how much you spend today because you got more money coming in today. So like I believe in like, you know what I'm saying? Just really just moving stuff around. But so anything I can get my hands on that I could buy low and sell high, that's pretty much what I do. I don't care if it's like if I could buy it for $50 and then sell it for $100. But if I'm doing that 10 times a day, I just made $500 off $500. You know what I'm saying? So like I learned how to do stuff like that now. And so right now I just spend a lot of time figuring out what items I could, buy and then resell. And I'll pretty much resell these items on like public marketplaces like OfferUp, Facebook Marketplace, Etsy, Mercant. I can't think of the other name, but pretty much eBay, Craigslist. But I just sell a lot of stuff on these platforms, just hustling. And then, bless you.
Thank you.
And then right now, I'm also like teaching people how to, do the same thing. It might not be, flipping cars because that take, thousands of dollars to get started. But I teach people how to start off with smaller items so they can, like take $50 and see it go to $100 within a day or two. You gotta just keep it going. Yeah, I always believe in reinvesting the money. I don't spend profits like that.
It's all about the flip.
Yeah.
It's all about flipping.
Jet flip.
Jet flip.
Yeah. Jet flip.
Nah.
I ain't gonna lie. When I first heard that name, Jet Flip, I don't know why I was just thinking about it being like a traveling type.
Oh yeah.
Because it was Jet Flip.
Don't give him no ideas. Nigga might come back,
he might start
next
flipping,
month like,
planes
I gotta travel. Man. I got a traveling agency.
I was doing that though. I was doing that last summer though. I wasn't gonna lie.
You got a travel agency?
Yeah. So basically, I was booking flights. I was booking hotels, rental cars. Yeah, I had a platform for that. Like
hustling.
Yeah, I had like it's a platform. I can't think of the name of it right now. I can't tell you because it's the plug. But, I was doing that last summer. That's crazy. Yeah, I booked a lot of shit.
Now, getting items wholesale. Are you talking about that in your class? I think because when the first thing I thought of when I heard you explain was, okay, how can I get these items wholesale?
Yeah.
Is that something that you're explaining in your class and you're teaching in your class?
Yeah, so pretty much in the course, it talks about like how you can go on like these public marketplaces like OfferUp or like Facebook Marketplace, see people that are desperately trying to sell items, and so like basically negotiating prices with them so that you can get it real low because they probably don't know the real value of it or they don't know how to flip it. So like then you coming in, it's like online arbitrage. That's really what it's called. So you just buying it low and then you reselling it high.
For what it's really worth.
For what it's really worth, or like just making more money off of it. Even if it's like only $30. Like, I mean, that's cool. Because if you can do that like 10 times a week, make $30 10 times a week, that's like $300 right there. That's additional income. That might not be your main source, but if you got like 10 different items doing that, like 10 different like categories of items doing that, then you really just like making profit out of a hat. Like,
and pretty much you're making profit from being a middleman. I mean, you get the product and then you just hand it off. That's middleman. So what you're saying is you look for a item with intrinsic value, right? Exactly. You look for an item with intrinsic value.
Somebody learned from episode 7.
Hey, I watch my own part. I don't know if that's Is that
Nah, shit. I literally say
I watch my old podcast.
Hey. To be real with you. While I was running, I put that whole episode on and was just watching it while I was running. Bro, that shit made the run go by so fast.
Because that's the thing, too. Like, so you guys are educating us as well. You feel me? Because, I mean, for the most part, you know, we're business partners in this sense, you know? Mm-hmm. So, I'm talking to him. Talking about some, he's talking about some,
but I'm
not talking
backing
to you. No, but you educate us. I'm just fucking with y'all.
The business partners treat each other like that.
No, but y'all teaching us as well. You feel me? So, and it's funny you mentioned this because it was a point where I wanted to flip cars. You feel me? And I was looking to the Mannheim auction. Do you fuck with Mannheim? Yep. So people who don't know, Mannheim is an online. Is it online?
It's in person and online.
Okay, but it's an auction where you can get pretty much good cars, right?
Yeah. So like. You got Mannheim, you got Odessa, you got Carwave, you got all these different like online auctions or like auctions in person, but with coronavirus, like they making everything more so online right now. Yeah. So yeah.
Now for the online auctions, do you have to have a deposit? Like what? Like do you have to have proof of funds? What do you have to?
So with the auctions, you gotta have a dealer license. Okay. Most of them you have to have a dealer license, unless you're using ones like there's one where you could buy salvage title cars, but I don't really recommend that for people just getting started because it's gonna be a harder sell. But pretty much like you gotta have like a $500 deposit because once you put the bid on the car and you're the highest bidder and you've met the reserve from the seller, like that bottom price that the seller wants to take, then you have to buy that car. There's no like, oh nah, I don't want that car. Like, nah, they will pull security on you and like, they will make you buy that car, or you will, something bad will happen to you. But pretty much, you just gotta have your funds. And you might have to have somebody, you know what I'm saying, help you find the right kind of car so you're not like, taking no losses out here.
Yeah, I think because that was one of the things. Like I said this before on the podcast. I don't think I ever had a conversation with you though. My problem was like I'll have a lot of ideas, but I'll overthink it. You feel me? How you say you don't think? My problem is I overthink. So of course, I was thinking when I was having an idea about flipping cars, it's like I don't know shit about cars. What if I buy a car that look good but it's fucked up and I gotta pay to get it repaired? Now I'm fucking in the hole. You feel me? Those are the type of things that I was thinking. So what you're saying is you would bring a mechanic or somebody who knows about cars with you to look at the vehicle before you bid on it at the auction?
Yeah, I would recommend if it's people just getting started, I definitely recommend bringing a mechanic or somebody more knowledgeable on cars because you definitely don't want to be in the hole. Like I've seen some crazy situations with other people where they bought the car for maybe $5,000 and they sold it for like $4,000. So like you're in the hole at that point, and you might not want to keep going after you do something like that.
It's discouraging.
I've never had that situation like ever. So
you always been on the up.
On the green, always been in the money. So like making profit, for sure.
Now, how will one go about getting a dealer's license? Is that like something that's major? Is it kind of simple?
It's a process. So basically, you work with the state, and you have to pay for a lot of stuff. So it's around like $1,500 to $2,500 that you're gonna have to shell out in order to get that license. But it's not too difficult. It's probably like a 10-step process. You got to take a test, then you got to get a location, then you got to get a bond, then you have to get a seller's permit, then you have to that's pretty much it. Then you got to turn in your application, you got to get it inspected, stuff like that.
Yeah. And that would pretty much grant you access to a lot of the high end or a lot of the better cars to flip.
But in my course I'm gonna talk about ways you can get cars without, going through these extensive processes, or like, the way you can get cars just as good without even having to go to an auction. You know what I mean? Like, because that's a barrier that a lot of people really can't get past. But you don't even have to have a dealer license to flip cars. That's the crazy part. In California, you can flip up to like, I think 4 or 5 cars without even having a dealer license. Wow. You just got to put it in your name.
So, the auction, because I just realized I brought up the auction. You didn't even bring up the auction. So the auction isn't your main source, because that's just all I know. You feel me? The auction isn't your main source on getting vehicles.
Nah, it's not. But for a lot of people, it is, because that's all they really know. But the main source is really like using stuff like OfferUp, Facebook Marketplace, and other like avenues to go get the cars. But like it's fully legit. You get the titles with the car.
Yeah.
So it's a faster process. I'm basically teaching people how to like shortcut the process to get great cars.
So like the same thing you're doing with the iPhones and the AirPods, find them for low, that you know, like, okay, this car is worth a lot more than what they're selling it for.
Exactly, because when you make the money when you buy the asset, like when you buy it, you don't make the money when you sell it. You make the money when you buy it. So basically, that just means like like for example, let's say me and you looking at cars and you see a car it's going for $5,000, but on Kelly Blue Book or like Carfax it's only worth $6,000. You only playing with like $1,000 worth of profit, but you might not even get 1,000 because it's too high. It's too close to the value of what the car is actually worth. So I would go get that same car, but for $3,000. So now I could sell it for $5,000, the amount of money you bought it for. You know what I'm saying? So basically, I know the formula to get the car for a lower price, and that just comes with like knowing how to be a great seller, be a great negotiator, and just really just understanding like human psychology and understanding what people really want when they sell their cars.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they just want a good experience.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You just pretty much provide whatever they're asking for. It could be somebody who might not really be looking for a high sell price. They might be just looking to get rid of it, and you gotta kind of pretty much recognize that.
Exactly.
Take advantage of it.
Yeah, I've been in multiple situations where people didn't really want the offer, the money offer that I was providing, but I was able to converse with them and figure out like, okay, why are you selling this car? And just really understand why they're selling the car and kind of meet them at that level. And then just be like, hey, I got this amount right here. It's in cash. Like, do you want it? They're like, yeah, because nobody else is serious. So then they take it. And then that's where I make the profit is when you buy the car, like I said.
Because I think people don't really understand, like, when you're hearing offers, you feel me? Let's say, oh, I'm 5,000, whatever. Over the phone, it's like, nah. But when you actually see the money in front of you, you feeling a little different. You feel me? When you actually looking at that money, it's like, I might as well, it's here. I might as well just take it. You feel me?
Exactly. And that's really what it boils down to. Yeah. And so this same principle is not just for cars. That's what I'm going to be talking about in my course, on my FaceTime calls when I have it with people. Basically, I'm going to teach people how to buy assets. Like when I say assets, that can be artwork. Like you can go downtown LA, buy a piece of art a piece of art that's worth like $200, but you can probably get it for like 50, then throw it up on an online marketplace and sell it for 100. You just made $50 just for buying something really cheap, but it's really valuable. But you got to go to the right places in order to find these things at the right price.
Exactly.
Yeah. So basically, it's not about just the Jet Flip Ventures, the Flip Your Money course. It's not just about cars. It's really more so for the people who are not even on the level of flipping cars just yet. They just getting started into like flipping items. You know what I'm saying? Because it takes a minute to get to the flipping cars part, or even flipping houses. You know what I'm saying? Or like flipping jets, or like flipping yachts, or like renting stuff out, buying assets and renting stuff out. So like that's a whole nother level right there. Like my next level is to buy cars and just rent them out, like on stuff like Turo, or like like renting it out privately through Jet Flip. So yeah, because like you could really make a lot of money or cash flow when you buy an asset and let people just use it and you just rent it out. Because that's a whole different ball game. Like you can rent out jet skis, you can rent out like planes, you can rent out cars, you can rent out buses, like anything you name it. You can rent out podcast equipment, like you can rent out TVs. Like it just depends on like
houses.
Yeah, rent out houses. That's the biggest level right there.
Yeah.
So
it's crazy that you mentioned that, because I was listening to this podcast, and on this podcast they were mentioning how pretty much, a lot of people say cars are liabilities, right?
Yeah.
And this guy was pretty much saying how that's like an old mindset to have. Like nowadays, how you say you can rent out your car on Turo. And long story short, he pretty much was saying, like, let's say if you got a vehicle, right? You get a car and you pretty much go to different businesses, or you go to, it's like a service. I don't know if y'all seen it, Have you seen the service that had like it's like a billboard on top of the car?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
You seen that, right?
Yeah, it's like an advertising. Yeah, you can advertise on your car.
On top of your car, bro.
Yeah.
So let's say you
yeah,
get a car, you
yeah.
put that billboard on the car, right? Boom. So that's one stream of income. And then it's another website, I think it's called Hire, HYRE, right? And you could put your car up there for rent for like Uber drivers, Door Dashers, you feel me? So let's say pretty much you got the billboard and then you rent your car on that. That's another source of cash flow, you feel me? Let's say if the billboard is like $250, then you rent your car out 2 times a day for another $250. That's $750 a day, or $750 pretty much. Around $750 a day or $750 a week, right? Nigga, your car note only gonna be about $400, $300. You feel me? $200 if you really buy, the right car. So that's one way you can, you feel me, turn a liability into an asset, like how he was trying to say. You feel me? You find things and you just gotta be creative and try to find a way to turn them into an asset. But that's why because I used to think that cars were liabilities. I used to say that, but it's all about changing your mindset. You feel me? So I'm happy that you said that. So your next order of business is, instead of actually selling things, to rent them out.
Yeah, exactly. So like I'm gonna be renting out a lot of stuff, like jet skis. That's my real next one. I know right now it's the winter time, but out here in California, obviously, like people still going out on jet skis. They out here going to the beach and stuff like that. And then you got a lot of people traveling in from these colder states, because obviously there's nothing to do, so they're traveling to California. They need things to do out here. So I'm gonna be providing jet skis for people to like use in order to, when they out here just having fun.
Hell yeah. Yeah. And there's another thing I just thought about too, just all in the flipping conversation, the outdoor heaters.
Oh yeah.
For the for like restaurants and shit. Bro, I was looking on YouTube, bro. Motherfuckers is going to like 10 Walmarts buying all the outdoor heaters, bro, and reselling them. Just flipping them, bro. But you getting a profit. You feel me?
For sure.
Because right now,
especially now, yeah.
Yeah, so pretty much he bought them and then he kind of sound them for a while, and then when it got colder, COVID, bro, it's only outdoor eating. You feel me?
Yeah.
So they need motherfucking outdoor heaters. And I'm looking at this shit like, this nigga's a genius. You feel me? But it's all about like just being creative. You feel me? And that's the thing about your course. So by them starting off on a lower level, they gotta get creative. You feel me?
Yeah.
What can I flip? What can I move?
And one of the things I left out was on level 1 of the Flip Your Money course. A lot of people, a lot of girls, a lot of guys, like have a lot of high-end clothes in their closet that they probably just don't even wear anymore, but people would buy it from them. And so like a lot of the times you can make money from things that are just sitting around in your house. And I've done it, and I've showed multiple people how to do it. So that's what I also teach through the course as well, like flipping like clothes, shoes, like like Jordans, Yeezys. Yeah. You might have some Balenciagas that you don't wear, but that's when you look at. That's why people, when they talk about like spending money too much or something like that, they talk about like, dang, I gotta stop like buying all these clothes and stuff. But you can actually make money off the clothes you didn't already wore. So then you turn it into an asset, like how Ant was just talking about. Like you bought it, you wore it, or you used it before, but you can start turning it into an asset.
Yeah. And I want to ask you about this because I pretty much had a conversation. So I don't know if I ever talked to you or told you this, but I kind of got in trouble with the law at one point. And while I was in there, I was having a conversation with this dude, and he was like Arabian. He was some shit, bro. And he put me on to the Mannheim and stuff. But what he did was he had the high scale cars, right? This is what he said, because niggas be lying in jail, right? Niggas be lying, bro. So he had like the high end cars, like the Porsches. You mentioned you had a Benz.
Oh yeah, I got Range Rovers, Benzes, BMWs are like cheap to me now. Like,
so he fucked with the high end cars, right? And what he did was, let's say he had a car for like, 50,000 or whatever, 60,000 or whatever, right? He will create, so obviously, like the average motherfucker, me and you, bro, we don't just got 60,000 just to drop on a car. Some people do. Some people might just, you feel me? But what he did was he will put a tracker on the car, right? And then he will finance the vehicle. So, for example, let's say I got a Benz, right? You want to buy my Benz, but of course you don't have $50,000, right? So we create some type of monthly payment system where you like it's an actual car note. You feel me? You pay me every month for the duration of this time, and you can drive around a car like I guess the actual a financing company, and if you didn't pretty much pay the car note for a month or something, that's where the tracker came in. He would literally go and take the car back and pretty much do it all over. Himself, he would pay somebody because I ain't gonna lie, he was a bitch. He was soft. Either he would do it himself or he would pay somebody to do it. You feel me? But think about it like that though. Like, so I just got, let's say you pay up to $10,000 worth of your car note and you miss 1 month. I go get my car back, right? And then boom, I finance it to somebody else. You feel me? That's another 10,000. They say they fuck up. You feel me? Low key, I want you to fuck up. So I can just, you feel me? I can get the car back and I can keep doing it. Have you heard of anything like that? Or people do that?
Yeah, I've heard everything, dude. Like, I've heard some crazy stuff. Like, I probably shouldn't even talk about it. Yeah, I've heard some crazy stuff, but that's tight though. Yeah.
That's what he did, bro. He said he would build like a little tracker, and then he would just create like a little payment plan, bro. And every month, you feel me? That motherfucker was coming
That's smart
in.
shit.
Yeah, that's
smart. Yeah.
Hey, that's because I can't tell you how many times he would have said, "Hey, do you have a payment plan for this car?" I'm like, nah. Why would I want that? But that's dope.
Finance, and honestly, it's kind of how you was mentioning about cash flow. You feel me? You
That
know
is
for sure every month, whether it's the car note's 500, every month you go get that 500. Because when you think about it, let's say if I bought a property, right? Realistically, if you buy a single family house after you pay the mortgage, if you buy a single family house, you rent it out after you pay the mortgage, you probably gonna be left with like $300, $400. You feel me? Like real estate, it takes a lot to actually build. You feel me? That work or build that cash flow. But comparing to that, you literally just, you feel me? You got the car, and you getting 500, 600. You feel me? Off of one vehicle. You feel me? So when you think about it, it's like I'm spending $500,000 on this house. Nigga, I might as well just get a bunch of cars and just finance those. You feel me? It's just different different and different avenues or ways you want to build that cash flow. But like I was saying, bro, I wanted to get into flipping cars at one point. That's why it's crazy that you came down here, because like you said, like I said, I'm learning myself. You feel me? I'm thinking shit like, okay, what can I do? You get me? So, no, it's a blessing for real.
No, that's tight. Yeah, that's what I like to do. I like to make people think more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I like to have very intelligent conversations. Like, this is a very intelligent conversation.
Yeah, they getting a lot of that knowledge. I'm pretty sure motherfuckers is looking at their house right now like, nigga, I don't even wear these Gucci shoes. I don't even wear these Gucci shoes no more.
You can sell it. The app that you use for that is called Macari. Yeah, Macari. You can sell like all your shoes, all your clothes on Macari. Yeah, Macari.
Now, this don't mean go out there and start stealing niggas with Gucci. Don't start robbing people for their shoes and shit. All right, y'all? Get y'all own shoes and then go on Macari. Nah, but when you were younger, like, who were the people that you kind of looked up to that kind of helped influence you to, have this mindset and, how you are today, be how you are today?
I would say it was people like Michael Bloomberg, Marcus Garvey, who was in the early 1900s. He was a black guy. He built his own shipping line that went from, like Africa to the U.S. And yeah, that was like almost impossible for a black person to do back in the early 1900s, late 1800s. So like him, I look up to people like Robert F. Smith, Bandman Kevo, people like that, like just people that just defy the odds. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Is Robert F. Smith, is that the black billionaire?
Yeah, he's worth like $6 billion. Pretty much, he does a lot in tech. He has a private equity firm where he buys and sells technology companies, like software and tech companies. Yeah.
Now, as you know, pretty much tech is damn near, it's already here, but tech is like the future. Like that's, do you have any plans on getting in the tech industry? Do you have anything?
Yeah, so that's actually why I came back to California. Like before this, I was in Dallas for 2 years. But yeah, that's why I came back to California, really to be closer to Silicon Valley and like Silicon Beach and LA. But basically, I'm building up my capital right now to really just start, working with people that have tech companies, but they need more funding or like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm really trying to be a private source of funds, for these companies. And really with JetFlip Ventures, we're really a private equity company. So that's why we focus on a lot of different like cash flow systems. So like it can be anywhere from making $50 for an asset to making 100,000 for an asset.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, that's what Jet Flip Ventures came from. But yeah, tech. I'm really big into tech. I love tech. Started a few tech companies, like I mentioned earlier in the conversation. So yeah, I'm heavy into tech. I like AI, which is artificial intelligence. I like data analytics. I like predictive analytics as well, where you can kind of see like, okay, people bought this in the past, so they might buy this in the future. It's a lot of what Facebook does when they do like advertising, like when we pay Facebook to advertise. Because I definitely do that. I pay Instagram to advertise. I pay Facebook to advertise. YouTube. But yeah, so and I also have like my fingers on all the pulse. But yeah, man. Yeah, that's tech is really where it's at. I like tech. I love tech. I read a book called The Future is Faster Than You Think. Flying cars are like gonna be here in the 2020s. Yeah. Flying cars are coming. Yeah. Uber already bought like like helicopter pads on these downtown buildings and stuff like that. Uber already bought it. Yeah, they leased them out. They're getting ready for the flying cars. Like if you look at Bloomberg right now, like if you have like Roku, and you go to the Bloomberg app, they have the Bloomberg technology like channel, and they show you like the cars that Google are making, like Google's making cars, Facebook, Uber's making cars, like all of these. They have like startup companies already making these like flying cars already. They're already here, but right now they're just trying to figure out the air traffic laws so that people don't like collide with like jets and like like small planes and stuff like that when the cars are flying. Then they got to figure out how to, what I'm saying? It's just like all safety right now. So the government is already making these policies happen, which is why like in 2035 it's going to be a lot of electric vehicles and stuff like that, because like these flying cars are going to be electric.
Yeah. So get y'all bread up now. You feel me? Jet Flip Ventures, excuse me. Get your bread up, because you gonna want a flying car. You gonna want to pull up. You gonna want to pull up to Shorty house. Like she's like, oh, you outside? Where you at? Baby, look up.
Look up. You got a flashlight.
Yeah. And that's the most player thing you can do. Hey, I'm outside. Where you at, bitch? Look up. While you playing, you fucking with a baller, girl. You better look up, nigga. I bought Jet Flip Ventures in 2020, motherfucker. I'm up right now. No. For those people who don't understand, can you dig more into artificial intelligence? Because there might be some people that don't really get that concept or exactly dig into what that is.
Yeah, so if you know about like robots, or like you might see like, you ever seen like vacuum cleaners, like the ones like that can just go through your house without you even vacuuming? Yeah. Or like you ever seen like they have robots now that like do certain commands for, like they got robots. I think it's called Jeffrey. It's like a robot, but like a lot of rich people have them, and like it's kind of like a butler, and like it can bring you stuff to you like around your house. So like if you want like some food or something, or like a drink, like you just call it and it brings it straight to your room or wherever you are. So like that's all ran off artificial intelligence.
Yeah, I've seen that. They mainly got it on like college campuses and stuff. I've seen that. Yeah,
and then a lot of these like drones and stuff like that, they all use artificial intelligence. It's just basically like artificial intelligence is what it says. So artificial meaning like it's made, like it's human made, and then intelligence is like they put like it's basically like a computer in an item. Yeah.
Would you say like Alexa, Siri? Would you say that's AI?
Yeah, that's definitely AI. It's big time AI.
If you're talking to Siri, you're using AI. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah. The first thing I think about when I hear Jeffrey was iRobot. I don't know if I'm radical.
Yeah, it's like iRobot. Yeah,
that's the first thing I thought about. Like, I gotta go get my arm. Gotta go get my mental arm. I want to swing some shit. Nah. But man, we dug into a lot of things. It was one thing I wanted to mention when you mentioned about the tech.
Yeah.
Right. Because it's crazy, bro. You could ask my girl. Like the first thing. Like this is just how I plan my life. You feel me? Mm-hmm. I plan like boxing, real estate, different business ventures. I plan like that's gonna earn me millions, right? Yeah. That's how I want to get my first couple millions and shit like that. And then I tell my girl, but like if you want to talk about billions, I'm gonna have to find like a tech startup, or like find like the Facebook of its time. You feel me? Invest in that, and then those millions. That's how you flip those into billions. You feel me? That's how it. But that's really was my plan on as far as like how can I make everybody want to be a billionaire. You feel me? How can I make $1 billion? My plan was to try to get my money and get it all into tech for sure.
Oh yeah, I mean you don't even have to just be in tech to make billions. Like I know a lot of like the owner of Zara. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a billionaire and he just sells clothes.
What's Zara?
Zara is like it's like the higher end version of H&M.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got a couple Zara shirts. I ain't trying to flex.
Yeah.
I got a couple Zara's. Nah, I'm just playing.
Yeah.
I don't. I
I might sell them on. I might sell them on
Mercari.
Mercari.
Jeff
Look for 'em.
Facebook Marketplace.
Look for them. I might sell my Zara. Nah.
Yeah. But you can be a billionaire off like I mean, look at Kanye. He a billionaire off selling shoes. You know what I'm saying? Like well, his music catalog gave him like millions, but him selling shoes gave him billions. You know what I'm saying? So like you can get $1 billion off agriculture, like just having a bunch of cows all across the world. You know what I'm saying? So like it's a lot of different ways you can get to that billion in my mind. Yeah.
And let me ask you this: can you still hear me? Am I too far? So we talked a lot about the hustle, right? Keep going, keep flipping. How important is it to you to actually sit down, relax, time for yourself? You feel me? Is that another big thing that you focus on?
Oh yeah. So actually, back at Morehouse, we had the 5 wells, and one of them is like being well balanced. So it's like well read, well balanced, well traveled, well spoken, and then there's one more. But well balanced means like you have to be able to like spend time, downtime, like just doing stuff. So like for example, last weekend I was just at a hotel. Like it was here in LA. I live in downtown, but like I just needed a mental health weekend. You know what I'm saying? I do that all the time where I was just like me and my girl would just go get a hotel for the weekend, or like I'll just get in the car and just drive to the beach and just chill out at the beach for the day. Like on a Monday or like a Tuesday, like I'll just be at the beach like middle of the day just chilling. So like I believe in like like downtime and just like meditating. Every morning I start my day off with meditation. So I'll be like, Alexa, play some meditation music. And I just meditate or, I believe in downtime. I'm not just like hustling like 24. I am, but like you could hustle while also like, meditating. Cause like I said, you want your assets to be paying for your lifestyle.
Exactly.
But you can't do that if your time is paying for your lifestyle. You can't just have a lot of downtime. So yeah, that's why I really got into the concept of like buying assets to have them pay me.
How you want to live?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I'm happy you said that too, because like in our community we don't really talk about like mental health. You feel me? A lot, and sometimes you need that like time away from. I know I personally do. I need that time away where I need to just, you feel me, be in the room, like just leave me alone. Like I just need to be alone right now. You feel me? Just because. I mean, we be doing a lot of stuff. You feel me? We be getting into a lot of stuff, and we got a lot of stuff on our mind. So it's good sometimes it's just to relax and kind of how you said, just get away. You feel me? Just get away for a while.
Yeah, you definitely need to get away. If you feel like you're like having like bad energy around you, or like you just feel like bad energy is coming for you or something like that, it's good to just like get away for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Pay that money to go to a hotel or like just hop in a jacuzzi or just go swimming.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I do that stuff like pretty much every other day. So just so that I can stay fresh. Because when you come back, you're usually better. Like after you had that downtime, you come back, you're way better.
You're sharper.
Every time. You're more sharper, more alert. You know what I'm saying? Things that didn't make sense before makes more sense. Yeah. So yeah, I'm big on like vacations. Like next month going to Mexico. So like I'm big on like just like getting right. Yeah.
No, well, you mentioned before that you was reading at like a real early age. What kind of books do you recommend? What books do you recommend to any of the viewers listening that might want to check some things out?
Yeah, the 10X Rule by Grant Cardone is like one of my favorite books of 2020, back from last year. Sell or Be Sold by Grant Cardone. Another one is The Future is Faster Than You Think. That's a great book. Another one is The Millionaire Next Door. That's a great book. Also, I read a bunch of sales books and business books. I don't really read like fiction books. Like last year in January, I read like 10 books in the first month of the year. But yeah, so pretty much me and my bro just actually went to Barnes and Nobles yesterday just to pick up books. So yeah, Yeah,
I think that's real important. I think that's because one of the books that changed me and my perspective was I think it's a cliche now because everybody be kind of like talking about this book, but like Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Oh yeah.
That really changed on my view and my outlook on things. Like I remember being in bed, like reading it, like nigga, I'm not going to work tomorrow. Like I'm, like, I'm not doing it. You feel me? Because they talk about all the things that he mentioned, trading your time for money. You feel me? In order to be rich, you gotta buy assets, not liabilities. You feel me? How to recognize an asset. You know, all the kind of stuff that he talked about in that book. They also touch upon. So yeah, man.
Yeah, that's by Robert Kiyosaki.
Robert Kiyosaki.
Yeah, I recommend. Like a lot of people say they heard about the book, but they never actually read the book. Mm-hmm. So like you gotta be like and just like actually read the book. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a great book to help you really break out of the cycle of like hating your life. You know what I'm saying? That book is really gonna teach you how to love your life. You know what I'm saying?
And another thing that Robert Kiyosaki, I'm like, baby, I'm gonna let you get to your question. Another thing that Robert Kiyosaki has, he actually has a board game called the Cash Flow Conjuring or Cash Flow, and it's also a website. You played it? You played it? You can talk. No, but pretty much the object of the board game, the object of the game, because I used to, bro, like, I'm telling you, and this, my girl probably hate me because I be forcing her to do shit, but I'm like, no, we gonna play this game, like, we gonna learn how to fucking break the cycle. No, but
hey, for real, though, I'll be on the same day.
Yeah, we gonna play this shit. No, but the object of the game is to pretty much, you start off with, like, a random career, you feel me? A random monthly income, and like a random amount of bills, like randomly, you feel me? And the object of the game is to pretty much, long story short, stack your bread, buy a bunch of assets because they're gonna be coming at you with different opportunities. It's like when you roll those on Monopoly, you land on the house. Okay, you want to buy this? You feel me? So you're gonna be landing on different opportunities to buy different assets. It's real estate. You could buy real estate. You could buy stock investors. You can You could buy stocks. You can buy like a bunch of different assets on the game. And the object of the game is to first, of course, build your cash flow, pay off your debt, right? Once you get off your debt, you get to like go to like a new board of the game where pretty much like you got to pick like a goal that you want to achieve. And you just got to keep hustling, keep buying assets till you reach that goal. And yeah, I think the game is good just because it's like it makes you think like, okay, we can do this in our real life, bro. Like I can literally sit down, look at how much money I make a month, how much bills I got. Like, okay, this is what I have left over. Buy assets. You feel me? Buy assets. Once those assets pay off all your bills, you feel me? Now you're out of debt. Now you feel me? You're free. You can fucking invest. You can do what you want to do. You feel me? But yeah, Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad, and look up that game, y'all, if y'all interested, bro. It really like changed my mindset on a lot of things.
And how important do you guys think reading is?
I mean, like, it doesn't matter how smart or sharp you are today. Mm-hmm. If you don't continue to exercise your mind, because your mind it's a muscle. Yeah. You know what I mean? So like, it's just like exercising your body. Like people forget to exercise their mind. So like you could be buff as hell, but you never read a book, so you still stupid. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So if you I'd rather be the person that's just really just reading a lot and just being smart, and then I don't want to say work out less, but like really life is about being smarter than everybody else. Yeah. It's really about just being smarter than everybody else. The more you know. Yeah, the more you know, the better.
And that's the thing, bro. Like, I'm pretty sure we all heard this saying, like, if you want to hide it from them, read it in the book. Put it in the book. You feel me? Because it's the notion that black people don't read. Mm-hmm. Now, when you really dig into that, like, I don't want to be like this like political guy, but I feel like that goes all the way back to the slavery days, because we really couldn't read. You feel me? So when you think about it, it was like back in those days, like the house nigga and all that type of stuff. Those were the ones that was like reading and stuff. And I feel like the house Negro and the field Negro kind of like would have like, I guess like a certain like, I don't want to say rivalry, but I feel like it was just like different sides of the spectrum. You feel me? Mm-hmm. And I feel like that they put a lot of information in books because the field Negro couldn't read. You feel me? And the field Negroes didn't read, and it kind of got passed down through generation. Like honestly,
but not even to cut him off. But I know like I got a huge network, and I know a lot of like people like of different races, and you'd be surprised. Like a lot of people, reads? They don't be reading. Hell no. Yeah. Like. Yeah, no, it don't matter what color you are. Like, people still don't read. Like, you could be Mexican, white, black, Asian, you know what I'm saying, Indian. People still don't read. It's like a very small population of the world
that
reads. So it's not really. That is a big reason what you said, but really a lot of people don't read. Outside of that, on average, the average American probably reads one book every 10 years.
Especially now, because there's so many distractions, like with social media. You know what I'm saying? Everything that's going on technology wise, it's just people don't make time for it no more. You know what I'm saying, or find it important as that small population that you had mentioned. So, do you think books can be an asset?
Oh yeah,
definitely.
Oh yeah, I buy. Yeah, that's why I invest in books. Like if you go see my library, I got a library at home. But it's.
Whoa! This nigga just flex on us.
Yeah, I got a library.
I got a library at home.
Casually.
But yeah.
I
got a library at home, nigga. Get your bread up. Jet Flip Ventures. Nah.
Library card.
Get your library card up.
He said, Jet Flip
Ventures. You gotta do the plug.
Yeah, for sure.
Nah, but I think that the least you can do, like let's say like somebody who doesn't have, let's say you don't have the money to invest in actual assets. You feel me? You can start by investing in books, investing in knowledge. You feel me? And then once you do, get the cash flow, get the money or the capital, that's when you can actually invest in a physical asset. Because it starts, like how you said, it starts with the mind. You feel me? Me personally, like before I started looking into stocks, before I started, even thinking about trying to buy real estate, I had to get the knowledge first. You feel me? So I had to invest in my mind, or you had to invest in, the knowledge, and that's a whole different type of asset for real. So hell yeah, bro. I think that can be you could talk, bro.
Okay. Hey, so you said you could talk.
Nigga been whispering.
What actually got you into reading though? Like when did you start, and what triggered your mind? Like I want to start reading. Like age and your I was probably like in the 6th grade. I used to get in trouble a lot. I used to get in a lot of fights and stuff. I get suspended. And so my dad, he used to like punish me by reading books. Remember one time he made me read a book all day. It was a big dinosaur book. He was like, nah, you gonna read that book. And if I didn't read, he was gonna whoop me. Like I was gonna get straight ass whipping. So like basically, like that's when I really got into reading. And then since that point, that's what I guess that kind of got me on the track to, going to higher education. But honestly, I think even if I didn't go get higher education, like if I would have just read like 100 books every year, I would still be at the same point. You know what I'm saying? Or probably a little bit further.
And I think that's a great disciplinary action. Like everybody always want to, you feel me, beat their kids or kind of whoop their kids. But what your dad did, he pretty much, he helped you without you even knowing it. You feel me? Because in your head, it's like, man, I don't want to read. You feel me? But now, look where it turned out.
I would have rather have taken like a whooping than read the book.
You
know what I'm saying? Like at that point,
And I know a few people who've been disciplined in that sense, and now they don't even want to look twice at a book. You know what I'm saying? Like
the other way.
Yeah. Like I was talking to somebody, and it was like if you associate something good with a negative, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna draw you away from it. And I feel like just how we mentioned, a lot of people don't read that. That kind of contributes to it. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it affected you in a different way. But I say this to say, do you think that reading is for? I mean, like if you use it as a disciplinary action, do you think that people can gain from it? You know what I'm saying? Like people can, that they're actually mentally inclined with that.
Mentally inclined.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't gonna make you spell it.
I think reading is a discipline.
Yeah,
first of all.
Yeah.
So yeah, I absolutely think that but I would never look at reading as a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that's really bad. Like I would look at reading as like something that is gonna put you in the position of life that you're trying to be in. You know what I'm saying?
And I also think that there's some people who really just don't like reading. Like, you don't like reading. You tried it, you don't like it. That's cool. I mean, it's not for everybody. There's audiobooks out there. You feel me? Tap in with your Kindle, Amazon. You could buy all the books. I'm pretty sure all the books he mentioned. I know that for sure the book I mentioned. You can get the audio version to that book, and you can actually listen to it. You know, you don't necessarily, if you don't really have the time, or if you don't really enjoy reading, put the audiobook on while you're cooking dinner. Put the audiobook on while you're driving to work. You feel me? I listen to a lot of podcasts and stuff while I'm at work. A lot of people are not able to listen to things at work, but there's ways to get the information if you really want it, you know?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So there was something you said I wanted to comment on. You said something about higher education and then reading, right? So just to break that down simple, somebody that goes to college.
You wanna pull up?
No, I'm saying yeah, right here. But basically you were saying if you feel like if you read 100 books.
So basically, you were saying if you feel like if you read.
Oh, this is Alex Lowe from episode 7. Yeah. Y'all know he was coming back. We got a guest appearance. Yeah, what you thought?
But basically, you said something like you feel like if you read 100 books, right, you will be in the same. You feel like you'll be in the same spot or even greater than if you just went to school. So could you comment on somebody that say they just read a lot versus someone who goes to college and doesn't read versus say you go to college and you do read and how you can impact that, and then the other side, if you don't go to college but you read a lot, how that also can be influential.
Yeah, so it's really, you basically saying and there's 3 ways you can do it. So
Great question, by the way.
yeah, that's a great question. So he basically saying if you don't go to college but you read 100 books, and then if you go to college and you still read 100 books, or if you just read 100 books and go to college. So basically, I think, you know what I'm saying? Me personally, I always reflect on it. Okay, what if I never went to college and I just read 100 books every year? Well, obviously, it depends on what you're reading, but typically, I only read business books. So I think, if I would have just read 100 business books and kind of listened to a lot of podcasts and YouTube, how, free learning, I think I would be a little further. You know what I'm saying? Because in college, I couldn't really read 100 books a year. I was more so reading 50 books a year. You know what I'm saying? But still, yeah. That's
still good. 50 books a year is still better than, a lot of people are reading. Now, I wanted to dig into your circle, the type of people you surround yourself with. You feel me? How important is it that you feel like that you surround yourself with like-minded individuals and people that, kind of pretty much that think like how you think?
Yeah. Basically, I only surround myself with people that have the same frequency that I'm on. If you can't be on the same frequency, I'd rather not. It's not to be mean or anything, but I'd rather not spend my time with those kind of people unless it's family or just friends, I guess. But I really don't have too many friends that's not doing elevating themselves. You know what I'm saying? Really all the people that I hang out with, they really taking themselves to the next level. Yeah. So. Yeah, that's a big deal. A lot of people have, you might be doing good in life, but then your other 4 friends are, just hanging out at home all day, not really doing nothing. Yeah. So really, that's not really helping you. That's really just bringing you back down. Every time you do good, now you got these people that's doing bad, and they hey, why don't you just come play 2K with me today? when you could be reading a book, or you could be out making some money flipping products, you know what I'm saying? Or learning from somebody who's in a position that you want to be in.
Exactly. It was a saying where they were saying pretty much if your circle isn't motivating you, if your circle isn't inspiring you to do better, if your circle isn't, pushing you upwards, you feel me? Then it's not a circle, it's a cage.
Oh yeah, it's a cage. That's crazy. Yeah, it is a cage. I heard that before. Yeah.
And nah, I agree.
It's back on everybody.
This is a good one.
That's good, fam.
So I had one more question. So I wanted to talk about or ask you about say you got somebody chasing money, right? Versus somebody that chases information. But listening to your story, it sounds like even though you're getting to it now and you understand now what you're doing, it does seem like, let's say that first half of your life or just earlier in your life, you did spend a lot of time learning first. So we're talking about from the get-go, right? Not once you understand. What do you think the difference is of someone who chases money from the start versus someone who chases information from the start?
Okay. That's a good question. Basically, if you're just straight up chasing money in the start, I mean, eventually I would hope that you would start chasing information. But basically, if you spent, a lot of time chasing information, over time, you're going to probably beat that person that was just chasing money because once you're in the cycle of just chasing money, like you're not really focused on like what you can do next after you reach a certain goal, or like you don't really know what to do because you're just in a cycle of chasing money the way you chase money, right? So for example, there might be somebody out there flipping shoes right now, like you might have grew up with them, and they still flipping shoes, and so they still stand at that same income level, right? But they didn't read or they didn't chase information, so now you were also flipping shoes with them at the same time, but you were reading too. So like now you flipping cars, then you flipping houses, then you flipping towers. Like so, like it's just a different ball game. You know what I'm saying? Like that person is just gonna stay just chasing that hustle that they're already chasing because they never really opened their mind to do something else. You know what I'm saying?
Now, do you even feel like, as an entrepreneur, do you even feel like that you should chase money, or do you feel like you should just attract money? Money should just, you feel me?
I think you should attract money. Like I'm big into like attracting money. Like sometimes if you follow my stories, like I'll just like after I made a big sale or something like that, like I'll just like have a bunch of hundreds on my like stories, and that's not even to like flex it. It's more so to attract other people to figure out like
What are you doing?
What are you doing and how are you doing it? Can I learn stuff like that? So yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, I got a good one too. I got good ones too. Nah, man, we a lot of information, man. I feel like we can go all day.
All day.
Man. But I don't know. I think we gotta have y'all both on here. We gotta schedule something and sit down with both of y'all.
For sure. Yeah.
And do a 7-Eleven.
7-Eleven.
We have a little 7-Eleven podcast. Nah, for real. But
105, bro. 105.
oh, we're an hour and 5? Oh, let's go for 2 hours. Nah. But how important do you thought I was playing? Alex got one more question, y'all.
One more question.
I told him to come sit down, bro. He bullshit.
Go ahead.
Man, this is my last one. And I feel like this is it. And I feel like I have to ask this. You know what I'm saying? So I want to ask all three of y'all. Okay. Right? Just one at a time, whoever want to start it. So how do you feel coming from where you come from, right, to where you're at now? And I want to ask basically all three of y'all the same question. To where you started from, everything you went through, you know what I'm saying, going through high school until now, just everything till now. What do you feel about that whole experience?
You got it, bro. You the guess.
You take the lead or whatever.
Nah.
I gotta think some more.
Yeah, I gotta think some more too.
Go ahead, Jimmy. You got it.
Man, honestly, with everything I went through from high school on up, it's been a roller coaster, up and down. I took some losses, took some wins, but I learned from them losses, And the most I can say from that is that I don't regret or take none of that back because it grew me into the man I am today. You know what I'm saying? So it turned me into everything that I done went through, everything that I done lost in the past. It done motivated me to keep going and keep, learning more and keep finding ways that I can improve and be better than the last day. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, just stepping over them obstacles, that life has to offer.
Yeah, I agree. Everything what you said because that's everything. You feel me? Life is what makes us, or experiencing life is what makes us how we are today.
Mm-hmm.
And it's crazy you ask that question because me personally, I have the problem of not looking back to seeing how far I came. You feel me? My problem is I'm looking to see how much further I have to go. You feel me? And I kind of get like anxiety type shit. Like I be fucked up. Like Javion, like I ain't been to the gym all week, bro, because I was mentally fucked up because I'm just being in my head. You feel me? But when you ask that question, it made me think like, yo, like I did come a far way.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, bro, I think that it's really. I forgot the question. It's really important, nah, because you fucked me up. Nah, but it is important, bro, because how we came far away, bro. Did I answer your question? I don't know. A little bit. What was? Repeat the question again. I'm sorry.
Basically,
Yeah, you fucked me up.
But basically, my question is, how do y'all feel now, where you're at now, starting from where you started from?
Okay.
How do you feel about that progress, basically? Like,
Yeah.
the journey. How do you feel
Yeah.
about that journey?
I think that I made good progress. I think I made good progress, and I mean, it's a beautiful struggle. That's what's really most important. Like, even when I do be having moments where I be feeling like I'm not where I should be in life, you feel me? I kind of embrace it because I just think like, man, in 10 years I'm gonna look back and be like, nigga, remember you was fucking at the house, you feel me, at the house tripping and shit, talking about some, you feel me? I'm gonna look back. So yeah, man, it's a beautiful struggle. You feel me? On the grind, it's a beautiful hustle. Shorty talking out the mouth, so I gave her a muzzle. Nah. But yeah, man.
That was a bar.
Oh, I spit that. That was my first freestyle.
Yeah, that was a bar.
Yeah, hey, we got them out here at Children of Trenches. Nah. But yeah, I appreciate you asking that question, bro, because it made me actually think about, how far I came, and it's still a journey for sure.
Yeah, to kind of add on to what I said, like where I'm at now, I feel like I'm like one breakthrough away to being like where I've always wanted to be in life. You know what I'm saying? To achieving, my ultimate goal in life. And that's just to be, financially stable.
We knocking.
we knocking at the door.
You gonna open the door, or we gonna break that motherfucker down. But either way, we coming in
We
for
coming,
sure.
for
Children of
sure.
the Trenches.
For Children of the Trenches, yes sir.
Jet Flip Ventures.
But yeah, man, like I just feel like all of us in here are just one step closer to reaching where we want to reach in life, and just breaking that door down, like Hess said, and just expanding from there. So,
Nah, me, I'm just happy to be where I'm at right now. Like,
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest thing. I'm just happy to be where I'm at right now. I remember for our New Year's party this year on January 1st, Alex asked me, he was like, what do you want to do this year? And I'm like, I'm already doing it right now. You know what I'm saying? I remember that question like it was yesterday. But yeah, I waited my whole life to get to where I am right now. And like I feel like that breakthrough recently came like 2 months ago. But like now, ever since it came, like God just been really like helping me go where I need to go. He's been guiding my footsteps and stuff like that. So yeah, really, if you at that point in life where you're trying to like get that breakthrough, all you gotta do is just ask God for that breakthrough, and He's gonna bring it to you. You know what I'm saying? Like if you think about it, and then you put out if you like really like if you walk in the footstep of where you're trying to go, then you can start running to get there too. So then you just get there faster. You know what I'm saying? And God gonna help you get there faster. That's what I was saying. Like if you really at a point where it's like I just need that one breakthrough, you just really got to get real loyal and faithful to God, and He gonna like you say you was on a roller coaster, like He gonna really take you up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
that's real.
Everything. Because you're already there. You're already doing all the right stuff that
you already there. Like that's why you say you only one breakthrough away. You've been doing it. You already there, but you trying to take it to a next level. So if you really trying to take it to the next level, you just gotta really connect with God. You know what I'm saying? He gonna really put you right there. That's what's happened to me.
Right.
And that's what's crazy, bro, because 11 episodes we never really talked about, you feel me, the importance of God and, prayer. Is that like a key? And when you say meditating, does that involve praying? Is that like a key element into like just what you do?
So when I say meditating, that's really me for like mental health.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like really just like letting all the thoughts that I have just kind of like run free, but also like me just kind of like when you meditate, you can really see yourself from a different perspective. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But when you pray, like it's not really meditating, it's really like talking to God. So it's like two different things.
I feel you. But you do pray on the regular.
Yeah, I try to pray more and more every day, but I'm not gonna say like I pray the most out of everybody. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm getting better at it. Yeah. Like I make it it's a habit. You have to build the habit. But I've been praying a lot more than before. So yeah,
and that's good.
you know what I'm saying?
And it's good to pray when you up. A lot of people pray when they down. You feel me? But when they up,
Oh yeah,
you don't talk to God at all. You feel me? But it's good to pray when you doing good and that's the thing. Like me personally, like I said, we never really talked about this. But me personally, when I pray, I don't really pray asking for stuff. I kind of pray. I just say thank you. You feel me? Just thank you for everything. My go-to is like thank you for everything that you gave me and thank you for all the blessings that you go give me in the future. You feel me? Like I'm thanking you in advance type stuff. Just because I don't know. I feel like I don't want to get into the habit of every time I'm praying, I'm asking for something, asking for something, asking for something. But I mean, to some people, that's how you pray. You feel me? You gotta, ask God for ask and you shall receive. You feel me? But I don't know. I don't know.
And it's funny that you mentioned that because there was one point in time where that's the only time I would pray when I was asking for stuff.
Yeah.
And like I started to notice I was getting the exact opposite, you know? And then that's when I had to reflect on myself and reflect with God and like, slow it down and just, like you said, start thanking him for everything I do have, thanking him for everything that I've, in advance that I will be receiving. Yeah. And then I started to notice a shift, you know what I'm saying? I started to pay attention to the little things and,
God pretty much was like, you only hit me up when you want something.
Yeah. He was like, nah, it don't work
It's
like
not
that.
happening like that, doggy. Nah, for real. Nah, but I do believe that prayer is important. I think everybody I need to pray more too, though.
We all getting emotional.
Yeah. Nigga went from jet flip adventures to like, bro, I got anxiety. Nigga. I be tripping. No, but I think it is important for like the youth and to some people, to see that, as men we can have these conversations. Like, I mean, when you think about us in our childhood, you feel me, as men, it's like, don't cry, don't show emotion, don't do this, don't do that. But like as you get older, you feel me, that can kind of traumatize you and that can kind of scar you. You feel me? Like there's some things that you do need to, talk out with your peers, and there's some things that like, bro, if you fucked up, like, bro, I'm fucked up right now. You feel me? Like there's nothing wrong with what I'm pretty much saying is like to any youth that's listening, you feel me? Like if you going through anything, like don't be scared. Don't be scared to like let people know what you're going through, you feel me? Because I mean, suicide is at a very high rate, and I would hate to, for anybody who feel like that they want to do that to themselves. Like, bro, just talk it out, dude. Like somebody love you and somebody gonna listen to you. You feel me? Children are children, but we talk about damn near everything. Nah, for real.
That's deep.
We got deep. I think we was gonna get deep in this last hour. I wanted to learn more about the flip and stuff. Now I want to call my girl, tell her I love her and shit.
It's that balance.
It's that balance. Nah, for real. Yeah. But man, like I said, I want to get both y'all back. I want to get both y'all sitting down in one episode and just give a bunch of game, bro, on everything.
For sure.
But hell yeah, we gonna have to schedule something. I don't want to hold y'all too long, but Jerry Young got something he want to say. Jerry Young got something he want to say.
It's that time.
It's that time.
Let me squeeze.
You whack rappers.
Hey. Hey, so I came into this freestyle under the impression that
What?
he was a Forex trader because when has
No, you fuck with Forex.
Huh?
Do you fuck with Forex?
It's a real thing. Like the financial instrument is a real thing. The financial instrument is a real thing. But yeah.
Do you invest in the market though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm not a forex trader.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not a forex trader.
Don't know where you got that information, Jerry.
But I respect. I know how to do it.
Oh yeah.
But I just don't do it. Yeah.
And I had like a little MetaTrader account, and but me personally, I always was doing the what's it called, the demo account.
Oh yeah.
I was fucking around with the demo. I wanted to learn first before I actually invest my real money. And a lot of people don't know, like when people be posting those crazy ass games, bro, like those be demo accounts. You feel me? But the average person don't really know that. And I mean, it's not my place to be like, oh, that's a demo account. You feel me? Like if that's how you make your money. I mean, that's how you make your money. But just be careful, everybody who listening or interested in Forex. Don't think that you see all these gains. A lot of those gains be demo accounts. And for anybody to know, a demo account is pretty much like a practice account. You feel me? You can go in there. You can literally say, put $100,000 or put whatever amount of money that you want to practice to invest with. And of course, you're going to see crazy returns, but at the same time, you're not really investing your real money. And there's certain things to really look for as far as the demo accounts. But
look, he got something he gonna say about Forex. So I'm not.
he put in a rap.
Yeah, I put in the rap, but
It's rap time.
I'm changing it up. Y'all go ahead.
No, because this is the thing, and I'm happy Forex even came up just now.
Yeah.
So Forex is not a bad thing. This is what I'm saying. I'm saying that Forex is a financial instrument that people have to learn how to use, or like traders need to know how to use. But I also don't think like a lot of what's going on right now, and it came from my school at Morehouse. Like the people who started Trade House, like that all came from Morehouse. The founders are from Morehouse.
Oh wow.
So, but the movement of it is really putting a lot of people in a weird situation because they paying monthly dues like $200 every month when they could be taking that same $200
and doing what?
And buying items for the low
Boom.
and reselling them for the high. That's how you really get rich.
Yeah. And my only thing is like
but that's a whole different. I think Forex, I just think it's a real thing. I've traded before.
Yeah.
I trade stocks, I trade crypto. Forex that's the longest traded instrument in the world, right? But like people just got to understand that it's not a get rich quick thing. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not. You got to really like actually like 95 or 98% of Forex traders like blow their whole account
for real.
And that basically means like you go to zero, or you might have to owe the broker. Yeah. So like that's a thing that people really should just. Like, if you're going to do Forex, like, I think you really should just not do it in terms of, like, the wave or, like doing it under, like, I would do it as a real trader, not as somebody trying to recruit people to, like, start trading with you.
Exactly.
Like, that's not, I think that's where it went completely wrong, and it has, like, a bad connotation. You know what I'm saying? I would just say, if you're going to trade Forex and you're interested in doing that, do it as a real trade or as a real hobby. Don't do it because everybody else is doing it and you trying to recruit people, because that's not gonna get you where you want to go. Exactly. It's just not, because you can be taking that same skill of recruiting people. All that is marketing and sales. Marketing and sales is gonna make you rich. Yes. So basically they put marketing and sales on Forex so that they can recruit people to trade Forex. But if you use those same marketing and sales skills to like maybe rent out items or flip items or like whatever, like you're really on the right track to building a skill to really make you rich.
Exactly.
That's what I would say.
On everything.
But yeah, I'm happy y'all. I'm just happy that word came up. I really want people to really understand. Like, it really hurts my heart to see people think that they're going to get rich quick off Forex when Forex is really like foreign exchange is like basically you're just trading international currencies against one another. So, but most traders that do it, like I said, 98% of traders that do it blow their whole account.
And I think what the worst part about it is like as a community, we are skeptical when it comes to investing and things like that. You feel me? And it's like when you put the way they're going about it is just kind of making it worse. You feel me? It's making it look like, oh, it's a pyramid scheme or it's a scam. But realistically, you can really, become a Forex investor. Like
Q Banks.
Bro, realistically, first off, all they're really doing is using scanners. You feel me? You can actually go online and buy a scanner and it'll tell you don't need a company to buy a scanner. Anybody could buy a scanner. And pretty much a scanner is just like a software that pretty much just tells you what to invest in at what price and when to get in type shit. You feel me? There's online services that provide that. You don't really need an actual, Forex company to, do that. And just go to YouTube University. Like when I was dabbling in it, like I say, I practiced with the demo accounts, but I tried to make my demo account as realistic as possible. You feel me? And bro, YouTube University. I was really on YouTube, bro, falling asleep because that shit is boring as fuck. Bro, boring. Bro, boring as fuck. You feel me? Motherfucker just with a whiteboard talk, bro. Oh my God. But yeah, if you really interested into Forex, first off, go to YouTube University. You feel me? Actually learn about what it is. Get on YouTube. If you want to do the scanner route, do the scanner route. I didn't want to do the scanner route because I wanted to know why, why I was investing in this. You feel me? What's the things to look for? You feel me? The different candlesticks or whatever. Because let's say one day the scanner or whatever, they go out of business or they do, you feel me? They shut down. Now you shit out of luck. You stuck. You feel me? I wanted to actually learn the skill of investing in Forex before I actually dove in. But that's just me.
Yeah, it's a skill. Like trading Forex is a skill, a real skill. But what it has become is like that's what I really don't like. Like I actually had my little brother, like he was like a part of the whole wave of like Forex. Yeah. And he recently stopped because he said he came to me literally beginning of this year, like I haven't been making no real money. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And he been working with me to flip your money course and under Jeff Flip. He's been doing that for the last 2 weeks and he already sent 1.2K.
Made way more than he did on
through
Forex.
cash. I can show you. Hold on, let me show y'all because I don't want y'all to think I'm lying. You know what I'm saying? Like
put it on camera.
Let me, you know what I'm saying? Like let me show you.
Put it on camera.
Hold on, I got 100. Just
and that's the thing though. If you're paying monthly for a service, you feel me? If you really wanted to invest, that $200 a month could be just invested. You feel me?
1.2K of cash in the last 2 weeks. These are like real transactions.
Real numbers.
From him flipping items for the low and selling them for the high. 1.2, 1.2, bro.
Boom. And it's everything that...
And that's coming back. That's coming to me because I'm giving him items to flip for the low. So he making his cut. That's not even in here because he really made like 2.4. But he only sending me 1.2 because I'm giving him the items for the low and he's selling them back for the high. So like, that's where the money, and I know a lot of Forex traders ain't made that money. You know what I'm saying? In 2 weeks, like no way.
So when my boy Trell did, he brought the drug game to the flip game, and he gave him the items on consignment. and his brother, he coming back with that.
Yeah, so it's not he not flipping drugs. He flipping.
Nah. We just fucking around.
You know what I'm saying?
Not for real.
I can't tell y'all all the products because you got to go through the course. But yeah, this is real stuff.
And we go put your Instagram and anything that you want us to put in like the bio, any links or something so they could click. And we'll go take that route. Just DM me whatever you want me to put in the bio.
Shit, I'm thinking about taking the course myself.
Oh, for sure.
Bro, because honestly,
it's different levels to the course. It's level 1, level 2, level 3. So like everybody might not be a level 1, they might be level 3. Maybe they know how to flip small products already. Maybe they already been selling shoes or whatever. Mm-hmm. They might be trying to like learn how to flip cars. Then like we got a course for people like that too.
And it's funny, bro, because I was Gary V.
Yeah, Gary Vaynerchuk. Yeah.
So I was on the Gary V wave, and you know how he be going like to what's it called? Garage sales and shit. You ever seen that?
Oh yeah.
He be going to garage sales, bro, and he be buying shit like for cheap. But it really has intrinsic value, right? He'll buy it for cheap. That probably would just somebody addict, but it's worth a lot of money. You feel me? He'll go to a garage sale. He'll find these items, and then he will buy them, and then he will sell them on eBay. And there'd be shit like, oh, I got this for $3, and it sold for $50, or I got this. You feel me? So I was doing that type of stuff. I was going to like thrift stores and stuff, trying to sell stuff on eBay and everything like that. So what he's saying, like, there's people that's really doing it, and there's people that's really making, real money from it. And if you're willing to pay, kind of how he said, $200 a month or however much you're willing to pay for a course, your best bet is just to take that money, save it, you feel me, and actually get some products that you can actually make some real money off of and flip immediately. You don't have to wait for a scanner. You don't have to wait for anybody to kind of tell you what to invest in. You can just flip everything yourself, and you're more in control of your money. Because we don't want to really say you invest in Forex. Let's say you invest in, U.S. against the British pound or something like that. And then in Great Britain, some crazy shit go down. Now your money is just tanking. You feel me? You don't want to talk about that. But in this way, you can have more control over your money and, how you're moving it.
You're buying physical assets.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like instead of like market assets.
And I give you permission to use that clip as a marketing video if you want. If you want to go.
This guy.
I give you permission to use that clip as a marketing.
Who do you think you
Oh, I'm a personality. Yeah. Hey, I'm a brand. I'm a walking business. Quit talking. Quit playing with him.
Walking bucket.
I'm a walking right. Quit playing with him.
D over here. I like that. Appreciate
Niggas in they never mind. I ain't gonna say it. Go ahead, JV. It's your turn to rap. It's your turn to rap, JV. I'm gonna let you spit.
Lemon squeeze.
Lemon squeeze.
Hey man, start me. I just wrote this
Oh, brother.
5 seconds
He
ago.
lying, y'all. He been writing this all week.
Nah. I just put this shit together before we even started.
Let's get him.
But look,
Let's get him.
I said lately I ain't been feeling this shit, so I had to switch it up. Niggas talking crazy on the gram, not trying to mix it up. Said they getting money, but they not though. Me and the gang climbing to the top though. Me and the gang climbing to the top though. To keep getting money, you gotta flip and invest. Expect to see more flex in assets.
Okay.
Prices went up, so send a check. We
Hey, nigga, you gotta flip the assets while you playing.
That's hard.
Y'all
Look.
bullshitting.
You just wrote that?
Yeah, you can put that in your marketing thing too.
I said expect to see more flex in assets. Prices went up, so send a check so we can bag that. Buying everything I ain't had yet, driving every whip I ain't get a chance to crash yet. To sum it all up, the money is the motive. Stay tuned to the trenches to see what is yet to be posted.
Nigga, we driving shit. We ain't get to crash yet. We the 4-whip crashers in this motherfucker, nigga. We the 4-whip crashers. You thought we was flipping the Benz. I was gonna flip it, but I crashed it.
Hey, I just wrote this shit.
We just
so
came
it
up with that.
It wasn't clean, but you know, y'all get the gist of it. Y'all
We
get
the 4-whip crashers.
That's hard.
Nah, I'll Trell Williams, bro. I appreciate you for coming down. Tell the people where they can find you out on Instagram.
Yeah, you can follow me at TrellMonopoly. TrellMonopoly. And then if you want to follow Jeff Flip Ventures, you can follow Jeff Flip Ventures. But just hit me up on my TrellMonopoly Instagram. I'm definitely responding. Show you how you can learn how to flip, low value products and make money throughout the week, and make this a full-time career for yourself.
And just for everybody out there, these type of opportunities, they kind of come not once in a lifetime, but I feel like everybody should take advantage while people are inclined to want to help, or they are inclined to take the time out and try to teach people what they're doing. If, like I said, if anybody is willing to spend all that money on Forex, the least you could do is actually take the time out and learn the actual skill and the actual thing that can teach you on how to make money that you could keep for forever. Because the bottom line is, those Forex companies, they're not going to be around forever. You feel me? That might be what they're doing right now. But with this is something that you can, have forever, and you can teach your kids, and you can, just keep this going for real. So we appreciate you for coming down, bro, giving us game. You feel me? Giving our viewers game. Javion, I appreciate the quick 16, man. I got to come hard. I got to come hard next week. For real.
Tomorrow.
I got to come hard. I got to come hard tomorrow, for real. But, yeah, man, it's been the Children of the Trenches podcast, episode 11. If you're viewing this, you got any entertainment from it, all we do is we ask you just to share it with one person. You feel me? Share it with one person. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. Follow Trell Williams at Trell Monopoly. Follow Jet Flip Ventures. You ain't got to follow Javion. He just hit 2K. He booming. Nah. But this has been episode 11 of the Children of the Trenches podcast, and we out. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was it. That was the one.